Hey everybody, good evening. So I was just scrolling through my YouTube channel and I watched a few videos. Then I got to Sonetter's channel and condolences to Sonetter. His mother recently passed and he made this video about, the funeral. He was talking to a lot of his people there. But one of the elders got when you speak at the podium where the casket is about the person and so forth, he started talking about the family lineage. So one of the main things that he talked about, nobody asked him, he just brought it up, is that their family is Shinnecock on the mom's side. They come from the Shinnecock American Indian people. Now, Sonetter is in his 60s. He never knew this, and he was asking around. He was like, why didn't nobody tell us this? Nobody told me this. And he was talking to different family members, and they were saying, oh, we've been know this. We've been knew this. We've been had this knowledge. We knew this. Now, if you know anything about Sonetter, you know that he has been on the Pan-African front for at least 20 years on YouTube and in his other, social media platforms. He's been pro-African or Pan-African, we African to the core. He's been going back and forth with people who did their own lineage and found the Indians in their family and going back and forth with them, 10 toes down, stumping boots and everything. You know what I'm saying? You're pretending you ain't this, you African. You just hate yourself. And then he goes to his mom's funeral, very unfortunate, and find out about his American Indian lineage. All right. I believe he said that his grandfather, grandfather was a chief or something like that. But anyway, he's Shinnecock. All right. His family said, well, we're African and we're Native American. They said Native American. I don't like that term. Let the Siberian or whatever they are over there, $5 have that term. I use indigenous. Just say indigenous, American, Indian, or whatever. So she was saying we're Native American and African, but they can name the indigenous American Indian tribes, but they can't name the African. So the brother is sitting online. Look him up. He made a video about 2 days ago. This is Sonetter. Talking about he's going to do his research and due diligence. Now, if they had told him when he was a child, like they should have told him who he was, at least the one main Indian tribe and bloodline that he has in his lineage, he would have never been no Pan-African. He wouldn't have got off into that fad. He wouldn't have got out into that. But they never told the brother who he was. They let Roots tell him. They let the educational miseducation system tell him. They let all them boule Pan-African writers tell him that he was an African. Without no proof, can't name no tribe, can't name no nation, no country, no nothing. Have zero culture related to African. But down the street is his bloodline tribe. Down the street. Boy, I tell you, this is ridiculous. I had to ask my family. I had to go down the rabbit hole deep to learn about my great grandmother Henrietta, who was Choctaw. We got pictures of her. I had to beg, pull, call this one, call that one to get that information. My great grandmother. That should have been something that they talked about like that. Your great grandmother, she was Choctaw, she blah, 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 blah. My whole family side on my mom's side, my mom's maternal side, is Choctaw. And that's what I claim. That's what I claim. Now, I'm not a practicing Indian. I just say I'm indigenous or American. I put that on my paperwork now. But I honor that ancestor. She's indigenous. My great-great-grandfather, I used to hate to admit it, but he was English. He was some white dude. I used to hate to admit it, but I just accept it. It's not that having a European ancestor is yucky or something. I just don't like the history between them and us. But I accept that. That's my great lineage. That's where it's from. I'm not gonna call him granddaddy no more, because he abandoned his son and went to Texas and married a somebody. But he was married to my Choctaw great-great-grandmother, Henrietta, but I think he married her to get her land, because I saw the land patents that she had. She had hundreds of acres. Where are they? What happened? I think he took them. But whatever. I heard they were doing that back then. But like I said, whatever. Can't change nothing. All right. So y'all gonna have to fight and even go down the rabbit hole like I did. I got deep. You're going to have to find your lineage and find the American people that are in your bloodlines. You are the original indigenous people on this land. Don't let nobody tell you different. It's too much information and proof out there. You got to search for it. And when you find it, don't put it on your source on the internet, because people are putting sources on the internet. Hey, I found this. Boom, you can't deny it. And then other people go back to that same source, that same site, www.com site, and the whole site is down. The information ain't there no more. You don't think that it's a mass movement that goes from the top of the government on down to the streets, trying to keep us from claiming our American indigenous identity, or tribes, if you want to claim that. So I'm happy for Sonetta, and I know he probably ain't gonna never let Africa go. In this world, wherever so-called black people go, they look, the people around, they marginalize us. So if you feel like you want to connect and be united with Africa and Africans, only if it's only in theory, well, you hold on to that. Okay, nobody can put you down or say nothing to you about that. That's your business. That's your choice. I choose not to do that. I've not found any Africans in my lineage, not one. So I'm going to claim what I can't even name. All right, so like I said, I'm happy for Sonetta. Condolences to you concerning your mom. But I believe that your mom, in spirit, led to that ancestor, or not that ancestor, that elder getting up and talking about the true lineage of his people. She influenced that. I believe that with all my heart, because she wanted him to know who he really was. Okay, so that's my short video. Thank you all for watching. Please like and share. Subscribe to the channel. More coming. Again, I love you. Peace.